Episode 5, Stories We Tell Ourselves. The title of Episode 5 comes from a line in the episode when Hurley Armstrong is in the school bus with Negan.
Why are you doing this? Oh, for now.
Negan is saving his life, and it's forcing Armstrong to look at Negan and realize, like, this is not the villain that he thought he was. If he goes all the way back and realizes that maybe his brother also wasn't the villain in his life story, then all of a sudden everything falls apart.
He attacked my mother. So high he didn't know what he was doing. 3 years later, the city fell apart. Mom and Dad and I got out just in time, but it happened so fast, I didn't think. Is that what he deserved? Is it really so black and white? What if it's just stories we tell ourselves to sleep easier?
For Armstrong, he's having this revelation where he's realizing maybe it was all more nuanced than I ever thought it was. So in episode 5, we meet a new character, the Dama. She's somebody in the Croats orbit who, to some extent, seems to be pulling the strings a bit.
We're talking to them now. That's none of your concern.
She kind of foretold that one day these forces of civilization might come for their island, and so I think this is our first hint for the larger story here, and the Dama seems to be at the center of it.
These look recent.
Raw. First deposits to his methane bank. Called it feeding the beast.
Maggie and Negan have made this plan with the tribespeople. They get down into the sewers, and Maggie starts to realize something's off.
Why did you take your pack off? Do you want to say it or shall I?
In fact, she inspired Tommaso to do all this, and so in that way you could say she's kind of complicit.
I gave up our hideouts to stay alive, to get back to Amaya. And he told me about this place on the mainland. He said they got homes with kitchens. It's just out of safe because everything was made of brick. Like you said, gotta do whatever it takes to make it safe.
When Maggie sees Amaya lying there dead, and then she cradles Tommaso trying to keep him from dying, and his last words are about, is Amaya okay? And her realizing he didn't do it because he's a rat. He didn't do it because he's selfish. He did it for her.
Amaya! It's all my fault. I messed it all up.
And when Maggie comes to understand that it's so much more nuanced than she first thought it was, I think she does feel a lot of regret, a lot of guilt over that. The more she has to spend time with Negan and see him as a human being, the more the story she's told herself all these years just starts to get unraveled a little bit. Maggie and Ginny eventually come across this, terrifying, monstrous, creepy thing made of walkers. It's something that I had thought of a few years before. What if a walker kind of stepped through one walker and then another walker stuck its head through that walker, and they got all tangled in that way, and they had to start to kind of move together. It was so fun to watch the Walker Kingdom come to life. There were puppeteers that you guys don't see, that we cut out, all dressed in green. Someone in that suit, and there was someone, puppeteering all the arms and legs, battery-operated faces, puppet out of the chest and whatnot. I hope everybody all over the world gets to one day build and watch a Walker King come to life, because it's pretty cool.